I'm just curious, I guess. These are all opponents you fought before.
Yep.
What do you say goes? What would you say you have in mind for today, in preparation? Because I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel versus any of these people. But,
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So what would you say? How do you first see this time being productive? I guess.
Yeah. So Mars, I haven't. I don't think I've dropped a game to Mars yet. And we've played a few times. Granted, we haven't played in bracket in a minute. I know she's been working on some stuff, but she's also been out of the game for a bit, so I'm not too worried about her. Swebby, the only time we played in bracket, he 3-0'd me. But lifetime in games, I'm like 105 against him. Lumor, again, when I played him in bracket, I haven't dropped a bracket game to him yet. But he's gotten a lot better since we last played in bracket, so it could go either way. Of all the matches here, I think I'm most likely to lose to Lumor.
Okay. Talk to me about Swebby. When was the last time you would say that you played him?
Not super long ago. We played a few months ago. Whenever
King of Upstate?
Yeah.
Ripping these F smashes so.
Do you think there's anything worth looking at in that set, or nah?
Not really.
How come?
Yeah, how come?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had pretty significant SDs in every one of the games.
Okay. So, when do you usually SD versus when do you usually SD? I guess that would be one question I'd have. Did you I guess what I'm curious about is when you SD, when does it usually happen versus versus him? Is it versus his Popo? Are you just goofing off? Are you on Randall? What's going on there?
Yeah, I think it's I think it's more I just get caught doing something from the ledge. I'll go to wave dash over the ledge, miss, and just do full horizontal air dodge and miss the ledge.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, I distinctly remember in game 3 of my game with him, I literally just straight up SD'd at 0, okay. from one of those things where my movement wasn't as solid as it should have been, and I just died.
Okay. And would you say that this happened in all the games, or was it just the last game that this was a problem?
The last game was the most significant. But there was definitely some bonkers shenanigans that happened in all the other games as well.
Okay. I think it's probably worth looking at anyway.
Sure. I mean, we can. I'm pretty sure there's a VOD of it, so.
Don't worry, I got it.
All right.
Yeah. So let's just take a look-see. So Strike to Yoshi story, I believe. Talk me through the stage striking here. What do you get rid of versus climbers, and what do you keep versus climbers?
So we're on Unfrozen Stadium, so FD is neutral stage. So,
get rid of
typically,
FD. Yep, makes sense.
Typically get rid of FD, and then I believe I also got rid of Battlefield just as a preference pick.
Makes sense. Why Battlefield? Why Battlefield though? What is it about Battlefield that makes it not a preference pick?
One, I don't get the easy missile cancel on platforms. And then 2, I just have a harder time recovering with the lip.
True. I really like some of what I'm seeing so far. So the way you open the game is pretty good. like getting this into CC down smash. I think that was good. I like that you didn't pull the trigger on after the down air. I feel like that's an easy thing to do.
Right.
But yeah, no, you like kind of like continued moving around. I don't know if I would have dashed in front of him per se, but like I think that maybe this could have been a second jump perhaps. So like here we get this, and then I just don't know like if I would have like necessarily run in front of them, you know?
Sure.
Because like they're still shielding. Like that's like I like that you didn't. I like that you kind of like hang out here. I'm just wondering, is there like a jump in that we can set up, or just like a missile from the platform that maybe makes more sense, you know? Because I do like the position you're in. It's just, yeah. Now, granted, he doesn't grab anyway, so you get the thingy. Like, you get the CC punish anyway, which is a pretty big opening. But yeah, just like a small thing. Accidentally fell off the stage, but it didn't really cost you anything. Like, it cost you like a little bit, like some stage positioning. It's not like nothing...
Right.
Nothing egregious yet. That's good. Kill Nana. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's I see. So the idea here is you just have like a kill on him basically. So you're just you figure you can just like take this kill because of the stage spike.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I see it. I was gonna say, like, why not kill Nana, but yeah, no, if you have a kill on Popo, that's, like, better, obviously. Good bomb there, like that. Talk to me about this grapple choice.
So, obviously, like, it's grabbing not entirely optimal against Ice Climbers, because the other one is still there. But the idea is still to throw it out, because down throw, you, like, if... Granted, Swebby just sat there and held shield. But most of the time, like, you can just, like, catch them trying to punish your grab just by down throwing Nana, and just hitting the other climber away.
Sure.
And the, like, yeah, like, the general idea is that, like, you just want to, like, make them feel uncomfortable about whatever option they're taking, even if, like, even if what you're using to punish it isn't like the best in mind.
Fair enough. I just wonder if this could have been an up tilt, like walk forward, up tilt. Because I figure like you're doing this because you hit confirm the missile, right? Like you see that the missile is going to connect. So is that the plan here, or is it something else?
So this isn't even necessarily hit confirm on the missile. Like, I mean, when you do the missile, like you're putting them in shield stun for longer, and that's why like it gives you the time to grab. So that's a little bit of like just Samus muscle memory like kicking in, where I'm like, okay, like I connected on Swebby's shield, and as you can see, like it did knock his shield a little bit. So
yeah, okay, got it. So if that's the case, does it make sense to potentially down air in this spot as like the go-to? Like short op
down air. Yeah, probably. I think that's not something that's exactly in my repertoire, because just mechanic. Yeah, I know. Like, I think I had a little bit more runway than I do here.
Okay. So I guess like one of the things I'm worried about is that like with us going for this grab here, like he does represent the punish on it. How likely do you think you are to like go for that in the future?
Not a ton. It's not an option I throw out a ton in this matchup.
Cool. So then we get Nana off stage. We kill her. She's dead. This is good. So this is all looking pretty good so far. Like this is definitely going according to plan.
Right.
I think that because of like how much they spend time on the ground, I think we could be using more up tilt.
Sure. Like
in some of these spots. Like to me with that bomb there especially, it looks like we autopiloted a bit there. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I would say that like especially with how he wants to like move into your space with wave dashes, I think putting out up tilts is something for him to run into. I think that's something that we should be considering a little more. It's a little bit safer than some of the other tools we have. Are you not sure what to do about him when he's on the other side here? Like, what's the plan here when he's just like messing around these platforms?
Yeah, it's tough. Like, and I think like the good ice climber players like do catch me on this, because like there'll be times where I'm like, okay, like I have the whole stage and like I don't really know what to do here. So like at a certain point, I'm like, all right, I'll just charge the gun, or like I'll feign an approach or something. But like it usually gets stuffed out. So like right here, like I'm like sort of doing like these half commitments, trying to catch him coming in on me.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. So like I think that like setting up some kind of projectile to cover yourself makes some amount of sense. Like with this missile flying across this zone, he can't come down basically, right? Like it makes zero sense for him to come down and like land in this spot. So I'm almost wondering, why don't we just hop up and shoot a power missile across?
Sure.
And then whenever we do our approach, we just do it behind the missile.
Sure.
Like, does that not make sense, or?
No, makes sense.
So, like, what do you think would happen if we, like, so how do we make that, like, a little, so what are the things that make that possible, though? Like, how do we replicate this and get ours, you know, and do that, like, consistent? And, like, how do we make sure that we're taking that opening consistently? Because I don't even know if we necessarily have to approach there, but I just feel like if we fired the power missile across the the end here, with this one in front of it, right? Because this one's going to be traveling about here by the time this next one comes out, right? So
right.
We can kind of represent it like this. They're going to be traveling at about like this, right? Like this one is going to be over here by the time we go up here and fire.
Right.
So then what do we do from here? Like let's make you'll be green. So Sam, this is you. This is going to be your 1. What does he do in response, you think?
I mean, either goes to top platform or goes to the ground.
Okay. When does he have to make that decision? Like, let's say he's here. He sees that he's double jumped up here. So if he goes to the top platform, what do you do?
Yes, I mean, again, like this is kind of like a weird spot, because like going to the top platform is kind of like a heavy commitment for Samus. So like a lot of times I just don't even want to, bother tangling up there.
I agree. That makes sense.
So like I mean, I would say like run off the platform and like try to shark from underneath.
Yeah, so we go here.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So we go here. Let's say here, this is R2. So if what would he do in response to that?
I mean, either circle camp the platforms or kind of fight me coming down.
Okay. So if that's his response, does it so if he's circle camping the platforms, what is his path, what I'm trying to establish is what does his actual pathway look like? Because this is, I think, where we get lost here, because there's only, he only has so many ways that he can go. Like, he can go back over here, or, I feel like he has to either stay here in some capacity, play this spot. He can move across the platform, sure, but he's still staying in this general territory somewhat. Or he can head over here. Which one do you think he's more likely to do?
I mean, honestly, in this situation, I think Swibby's just going to move to the right side of the platform and kind of wait things out there.
So basically you're saying that he's going to move to the right side of the platform where he's aligned with your back air.
Right, but, I mean, Ice Climber's got a hell of a jump, man.
Do they?
They got a pretty good jump.
I mean... See, to me, we played in the... To me, what I don't like about how we did this was it feels like we played in the one spot where he has, kill moves on us. We went directly above him into... We went directly above him into his ground moves, into his scary-ass ground moves. But, when he's actually coming down with his aerials, he really doesn't look that intimidating. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like I just don't see what he's doing that's like that warrants us being like even. If
I don't know. I've been hit with enough back airs from ice climbers to know it's pretty intimidating.
Back air is a good move. Like back air and up air are their good moves. Like don't get me wrong, but like because you have the ground below them, my the way I view this is like yeah, like you just attack from any angle where their things are not relevant. Like this, like that should have been a kill. Like that could have easily been a down smash that just like pops him. But like even with stuff like that, like I just don't understand why we're like so worried about this character. Like why we're so worried about this character's aerials. Yeah, like his downer doesn't do anything. His nair barely does anything. His fair is like his fair is a real move, but it is slow. Like I don't know. See what I mean? Like, he even got it and, like, didn't lead to anything. So I guess where I'm coming from here is, like, if we're on the ground and he's up in the air, it's so awkward for him to position correctly. To me, like, that's like a huge thing that we should be, like, exploiting. Yeah, so like here, let's look at this spot. So what's the what happens, like what's the problem here? Like where are you safe versus their stuff?
I mean, on the other side of them.
Well, how much range do you think their back air has?
I mean, it's not like a huge range, like it's not Jigglypuffs, but like, you know, it's pretty sizable.
I mean, sure, but like what I'm saying here is that like if we represent like where they can place their back air, like they can't do it through the platform, right? Like if they can't land on the platform and then like the platform is blocking off some of the ways that they can do their aerials coming down. Like this is creating a dead zone here, right? So
right.
What I'm trying to get at is if you just like you fired this missile, they have to come down, like they can't fall into the missile, so they have to like slow their descent at least somewhat. What I'm saying here is like, what if we just have Samus what if we have Samus stop here instead of continuing to walk?
Right.
Because we could also crouch to make ourselves smaller, and if they do this back air, we can just down smash them and kill them.
Yeah. So a lot of this situation is you got to spend money to make money, and I'm 100% trying to power shield this back air.
Why? There's a second one coming after. Like, even if you power shield the first one, there's another one coming right behind it. Like, it doesn't... Like, what do you get from power shielding this back air?
I get the down smash.
But you can down smash if you crouch here. You don't have to do this. Like, that's my point. Their back air doesn't go that... Their back air only goes, like... From where they're falling, their back air goes, like, yay far. It's tight. It's, like, not very big relative to you. So, what I'm getting at is, you just don't have to be as far. You outrange them. Do you think their back air has more range than your down smash does?
Probably not.
No, not probably. Do you think it does or not? Like... Because this is important. This is important. We need like to understand what they're like whether or not they're in range of our stuff or not. So, do you think that?
Also, wait a minute. Hang on. Can we go back to that drawing?
Yeah.
Is this triangle and the circle at the end representing my down smash?
Yeah.
That's not the range of down smash.
Really? You don't think it'll hit if your Samus is crouching here? You don't think that she'll hit over there?
No.
All right, let's boot up Uncle Punch. Let's find out. Because we need, yeah. I now need to know. So we just have to have Icy's fall, I believe. Alrighty. So let's see here. So Samus, Icy's. So how far do you think that your down smash goes, roughly? Like, if we bring them here, we have them fall. How far, like, if we have them fall, how far do you think down smash will hit from? Take control of them, go up here. Like, if I have them fall just straight down from here, do you think that they'll be able to hit, if I have them fall straight down from here, like so, Do you think your down smash will hit them?
It's close, but I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Okay.
So, let's turn on Fight Collision for a second. You see how big that is? It's huge! Let's turn frame advance on. Like, yeah, perfect. Do you not see how, like, that's enormous. So yeah, it's hitting, like, it's hitting very far out. The other thing is, yeah, the other thing is you're making yourself smaller by crouching, right? So, like, you're also pulling your hurt box out of the way of the back air itself.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, can we bring up the drawing again real quick?
Sure. If I have the drawing slightly off, like, my bad, but...
Yeah, it's just like, so here's where I'm caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're down smashing right now,
Mm-hmm.
is where I am in this clip.
Okay, so let me see here. So you're here, and I'm where? I'm like slightly behind. Aren't I like slightly? Oh no, no, I'm in the right. I'm in about the same spot. Let me see here. Frame advance. Okay, here. Ah, I see. So I have us a little bit further back. Let me try to see if I can hit from there actually, because now you've got me. Now you've got me questioning reality. So I guess I'd have to be about here, right? So just about here, about back here. Cool. So let's have them just save here. Actually, do you think that we'll still hit from there? Like on their back air and stuff. Like on their back air, we can still hit them from like pretty far. Maybe not exactly from here, but like we're still comfortably behind the platform in this spot.
Sure.
Either way, all I'm getting at is that like we can I think we can agree that like at the very least I think we can agree that we have more range in their back air on our down smash. Unless okay, cool. That's all I cared. That is all I cared about. Because it's just you're saying that you have to be in range of the down smash, like you have to be in range of the back air in order for that. Like the only way that needing to power shield the back air makes sense is if you think that your down smash has less range than their back air, or the same range as their back air, but you have more range than that. That's it. That's the whole point. How did we take all this damage? So I know we get hit by Popo here for a little bit, but what happens on this bit? Okay, up aired. Now we have the down smash thing on the other side, which is like whatever. Yeah, this happens here, so we die to that. Cool. So then what happens? What happens here?
I'll give you one guess.
Grabbed, or just up aired? Gotcha. So, how would you describe what happened here? What would you say is the culprit here on this, like when you respawn?
Yeah, so one, that was supposed to be a wave dash, not a full hop to the top platform randomly. And two, yeah, like I mean, I just came down and got grabbed because Popo was out of the way of my nair.
Yeah, so let's figure this out a bit. So we fire the missile at the other, no, in the, like at the to their left when they're on the right, which I guess happens. Like they're moving around weirdly. I kind of get this happening, but I guess the question I'd have is, well, you said that this is supposed to be a wave dash. Why not just go for something like down air though, or like set up missiles with your invincibility?
Sure.
Like what is the wave dash trying to accomplish? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, I mean the wave dash is like I'm just playing around their shield is what it is. Because like I don't usually count on my invincibility for a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I use my invincibility to like make my opponent pull the trigger on something.
Right. So is it can we view using like setting up missiles as a way of like getting them to pull the trigger on something? Because I feel like if we'd come down and shot missile here, then that would have definitely forced them to like. I feel like that just applies way more pressure to them than like charging the beam or anything else. You know what I mean? Because it creates a situation where their shield's getting hit, where Nana's like releasing her shield arbitrarily because of how she interacts with shield stun. I feel like it just creates an overall better situation for us than anything else. No, than just like standing there and trying to like catch them playing chicken. Because the thing is, they like playing chicken. I feel like ICs more than any other character like playing games of chicken with people, because their payoff for doing so and getting it right is just so high, and I feel like that's kind of always been their thing. So I just wonder if there's like an opportunity here for us to like, I wonder if there's an opportunity here for us to like take the downtime we naturally have in the matchup as a way of like, just setting up stronger plays. This is another thing I keep noticing. So you have like these moments where like he like does something really dumb above you, like this missed grab, and I feel like, do you think that we can't come fast fall down on him with like down air or anything?
No, not at this point.
Okay, can we then what if we go over and hit Nana though, like with tipped back air?
I mean, it's probably possible. No, it's actually not possible there because I used my double jump and drifted forward.
I see. So, if that's the case, I feel like we're going for a lot of movement baits, but like we're doing them in a way, like for some reason we're doing them in a way where we don't even get anything for doing them. Because like,
what do you mean I don't get anything for doing this?
You get a bomb.
Like, I get a bomb, a down air, and a down smash. I got 30%.
You only got the down air because he down smashed after the bomb. You see what I mean? I'm just saying that like if we're gonna take that down air, then we should be setting up to do it like directly, not doing something in front of it. That's all. Like the bomb, like I don't know what the bomb is doing for us there.
The bomb is to catch a spot dodge, which it does.
If we think he's gonna spot dodge, why don't we just down air him?
Because I can't fast fall and down air him. Otherwise, I would have.
I guarantee you can do way more with this character than you think you can. Like, I don't. Do you really think you can't do like? Do you really think you absolutely need the bomb to catch the spot dodge there? Like nothing else will work?
I don't think nothing else will work, but I think for how I play and for what I know the limitations my hands present, that yes.
Okay. So, how do I know what is and isn't a limitation that your hands present?
Yeah, I understand that's a hard spot for you, but like there's a lot of stuff, especially like fast falling aerials, like with this character that like I get where you're like, yeah, you could just fast fall down here, but I swear to God, like I just can't.
Okay, so let's see here. What's Webby doing? Okay, so let's at least figure out this missile hit confirm. So when this missile hits, what can you get on him? Because this dash attack winds up whiffing. What are your thoughts on what we could do instead here?
I mean, if I see this missile hits, then like I could wave dash forward and down smash probably.
What I would say that's actually pretty good too is just run canceling.
Sure.
Because like the thing is that I don't hate this dash attack. It just happened to be slightly too far. But if we like run cancel, if we run a little bit further, like if we go to here and then run cancel, we can still get the down smash or down tilt on him.
Right.
So I would say that like as a from this missile, one small thing is just like instead of having to like resort to wave dashing, a lot of times like Samus's dash cancel like happens pretty quickly. I think it happens around like 10 or so. It's 10 or 11. That's perfectly fine for our purposes here. Like you'll still be able to chase that knockdown. The nice thing about it too is that it gives you it means that like if Nana's running over, you have the back end of your down smash to like to work with as well. Yeah. So if you can get the dash attack and you want to combo him, great. If not, yeah, run cancel down smash. It should, assuming that you hit him at ground level, it should just combo together anyway. Like on no tech, assuming you get there in time. So that's something to look forward to too. Because like the frames do work out, which is kind of cool. So here. Yeah, okay, so on this one, you gotta get, so what's the plan with this next missile after that? So we have the missiles get Swebby to like jump above, and then we fire another one. Okay, so he just barely gets his shield out on this. I guess the thing that I'm wondering is do we ever just like take the hit on Nana here?
So just like forward smasher away or something else here. Like, so just drop down neutral air instead of this missile.
Well, the way I view it is that, like, okay, so we have our, instead of this missile, like, we nair her and then, like, F smash her or something. Or nair her and down smash her. Just, like, send her, like, get her away from us, get her off us. It also makes it so that we're not fighting both climbers in the corner here where this happens.
Right.
Yeah. Like, did you see where I'm coming from on that one?
Yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense. And I'll own that missile being just autopilot.
The other thing that makes some amount of sense here, honestly, is just, like, up being here. While he's coming down. Like, up B makes a ton of sense here, too. Because we're invincible on startup, right? So we'll just, like, yank him up into the air, hit him over here, we land on the platform. Nothing bad ever really happens. We also we get these two split apart in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Up B, like, looking at this situation, like, up B is definitely something that entered my mind, like, immediately, like, after this missile. But at the same time, I see him down airing, and I'm like, I'm gonna get both these motherfuckers with my down smash, and I'm gonna take back the advantage.
Right. And I get that, but I guess from my perspective, and I think this is what you tapped into as well, is like, if we take up B and we just, like, go up here, right? We're just, like, we do that anyway.
Right.
Like, so to me, it's like, we go here, we finish, is it possible for us to edge cancel this up B?
Probably not.
Okay.
If I was facing the other way, yes.
So we're facing this way.
Yeah.
That makes it less like how does her up B edge cancel work exactly?
Samus has better drift when she's going backwards.
I see. Gotcha. That's weird, but cool. Where do you think what do you think the max range on the sub B is? Like, where do you think we can wind up? Like, for a landing position? Like, if this is you, where can we go?
Yeah, so I mean, if we're going to the left, we could probably be like just right of the arrow, like not that far over.
Like here?
Nah, like like right there's probably fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What if we go to the edge?
If we go to the edge from here, I mean, we can definitely grab ledge.
Is it do we land here or grab edge? Which one do you think is safer?
Depending on where climbers go. For actually against climbers, I'm more inclined to just land on the flat than put myself at the edge.
Okay, why is that? Where do you think they go if they get hit by this?
I think they either go, like, honestly, like, kind of just a little bit higher than where Popo is.
Okay, cool. So, like, they finish, like, here.
Yeah.
What about the pink one? Does the pink one just go with him?
Yeah, more or less.
If you fast fall to the edge from this, do they have a free hit on you on the way down, or no? Do you think?
I don't think they necessarily get a free hit, but the situation that I'm worried about afterwards is, coming back to ledge and then just getting grabbed, right?
Okay, I see.
Whereas, if I land on this platform, I think I'm more likely to get hit, but less likely for the hit to matter.
Yeah. I think that, so, the one thing I don't like about this down smash here is that, like, we're willing to take risk on this down smash, even though he's coming down with, like, even though we're fighting in the corner in handoff position.
Right.
So I feel like this should be, like, this should just be an up B. Because, it's partially because we're anti-airing him. So we're not risking a shield interaction or something like that. No matter what happens, there's a pretty good chance we split them, because she could, like, do something stupid like shield or whatever, since that she's nearby, or get hit by, like, a weird part of it. And then on top of that, like, we're not, there's, like, zero risk if we land over here from the sounds of it. Like, they don't get a free hit either way. So I guess it's not no risk, but, like, they don't...
The risk is so minuscule.
Low risk. Yeah. Because, like, yeah, we don't... No matter what, we don't want to be grabbed here. Like, this is the nightmare condition. And, yeah, this prevents handoff. Like, that's really what it boils down to. It's the one play that we have that does something that absolutely gets rid of the risk of handoff every single time. And I think that's, like, that's really what the defining factor here is.
Yeah. Yeah, the big thing about this interaction is this is, like, because, like, I SD'd, like, at the beginning of this game, like, at, like, 40-50% or whatever. So, like, that moment where, like, they had 3% and I had 0, like, is the first time, like, the entire game, like, since that SD I've been, like, in the lead. So my mind is going straight to trying to capitalize on that and, like, maximize the lead rather than, like, mitigate the damage. Because, like, right now, my situation sucks.
Yeah, and here's the next thing. So, like, did you mean to turn around before this jump?
Nope.
Okay, so this is obviously supposed to be a back air, right?
Yep.
Okay. So when you realize that that you're facing the wrong way, I see a very simple, like, play that can correct this. We just missile Nana.
Sure.
Like, we just, like, as soon as we're here, we're just like, this is a full hop that we've done, so, I think. So what I would say here is, like, we just shoot Nana at this point, and then just get rid of her. Because, like, this can still work. So that's kind of one of the nice things about being Samus in this matchup. Like, if you're not sure what the hell you're supposed to do, it's perfectly reasonable to just, like, fire on her. Now, this is this is part of why I'm a fan of up tilt in this one. So, like, look at what happens to him, right? So he's, like, standing here. He's, like, trying to figure out what the heck he's supposed to do about this situation. I'm thinking, like, up tilt. His entire top of his body is exposed right now. If we land this up tilt and it shield pokes, like, we're super happy. And if we don't get the up tilt to shield poke because it hits his shield, it's safe. Who cares, you know?
Right.
This is kind of like this, I think, is something that we need to look in. This is this is prime up tilt position. You were talking about about that grab earlier. This is also a great time to grab him. Because she's all the way over here, he's here. So I'm just like, what do you think? What's the plan here?
Yeah, and I think I even go for like something like down tilt here or something. Okay, I just back off.
Yeah, but like we have a separation where like she's rolled to the end here, and I feel like this has to be we have to be viewing this.
Yeah, what transformation is coming up? Is this water transformation?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's just, and I hate to say this because like I've been playing with transformations for the first half of my melee career or whatever, but like I think there's just some level of uncertainty that comes like whenever the transformations are coming up. Like there's a world where like I see like the platform coming up and saving him from the up tilt and then me getting back aired or some shit like that, right? Like.
Okay, so maybe like if we miss if he gets saved from the up tilt though, what realistically happens?
Right, yeah, like I mean he's just on the platform and I'm here in neutral stage, like just chilling.
Like so I would say that because of the transformation, maybe grab is out of the picture here, but like up tilt is like the things that make me like up tilt is his shield is small.
Yeah.
Shield small, safe on safe on block. No safe on block. What do you think happens if we shoot another missile here? Like let's say we don't even do any of this and we just assume that they're going to try to regroup, because that could be another good way to do this, right? If he wave dashes this way while we fire a missile, we're happy. Sure. Like realistically, what happens? Like let's assume we don't walk forward here quite as far. Like let's say we're here instead of where we are. Like we're still able to hit up tilt from here, right?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Like if we're here instead, like that's really like we're still able to do it. So with that in mind, like if we shoot a missile here, he can't back air us, right? If we're further back.
Right.
So I'm almost like I feel like the two lines of play we can either like the plays that make sense here if Pokemon Stadium is not transforming, I think grab makes sense, but because could be good but transformation. Yeah, it could be good but but PS. So like this one is out, that's fine. Safe on block, safe on hit. No, safe on hit. No, safe on block, safe on hit does something good. Because it like if we up tilt it ground bounces him. And the last one would be like I'd consider as missile. Because it just like missile just punishes retreat really. Punishes like roll / wave dash away. Do you think that the missile can shield poke him with this much of his body exposed?
I want to say yes, but I've been so surprised by what hasn't shield poked, and missiles just almost never seem to shield poke for me.
Okay, but like again, this isn't like a heavy commitment we're doing either. So is there a chance that this goes well for us on like a missile? Yeah,
there definitely is a chance.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like with these factors at play, I think that missile makes a lot of sense. I think up tilt makes a lot of sense. I think the one thing that doesn't make sense is backing off because we have so much advantage in this position. I actually like that you don't go for a jump in here. I feel like a jump in is a little ambitious and she's going to be coming back over pretty soon. So that I think is good. This is a thing that like a lot of people get wrong versus climbers, so like I don't blame you specifically for it, but I want to point out, do you think you needed this spot dodge to like avoid this grab?
Looking at this now, I want to say no, but like in the moment, I'm not 100% sure of like the range on this and how actionable they are after the shield hit from my Nair.
So what I would strongly recommend versus climbers and versus low traction characters in general, like this applies to Marth, and this applies to Marth too. If you're coming down from like a fairly stationary trajectory, just try to do your aerial and pull and like fast fall away from them.
Okay.
So like against climbers, like here. So the way you do this one when you get hit is you do your Nair, and it looks like you're fast falling in place. What I would say here is the only difference I would make is instead of like fast falling in place, just fast fall away from them after you do the Nair. Because what'll happen is instead of like finishing where you are, you'll finish slightly further back. Like, if this is where you are currently, yeah, that looks about right, then where you wind up is about here.
Right.
And, like, this is super obvious that you're safe, right?
Right, yeah, because, like, they're still sliding back still, even in this frame.
Exactly. So it's just fast fall away. No, fast fall away on Nairs and other aerials, and other falling aerials. Because like it makes a big difference, and it makes it so that you don't have to like go for that spot dodge like with more confidence, because their shield grab is tiny, and they have like their low traction kind of like locks them out of stuff like this. Imagine if you don't sidestep, no spot dodge.
Like I just down tilt here.
Yeah, like you get a free hit. I actually think you can probably get away with up tilting there too. Like if you're not as sure, because I think she like moves her body back a little bit during the starting of it, because of like how she lifts her leg up. But don't quote me on that one. Oh, he messed up. The silly ice climber. Do you think Pokemon Stadium is the counter pick versus them?
I think it's kind of like a preference pick. Granted, this is the first time I played on Unfrozen Stadium against ice climbers in years.
Yeah.
If it was frozen, I would say yes. I just think the transformations give too much variance to the situation.
I'd try Battlefield. I think Battlefield's really good for Samus against them.
Sure.
Or Fountain of I think that Battlefield, and like even though the Battlefield like doesn't have the missiles, like doesn't allow you to do the missiles in the same way, I think that it's still ultimately a good level for you.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like I feel like the platforms are easy to do the up Bs off, like up B edge cancels off of, with how they're sized. And they're bad at chasing characters to the top platform in general, which gives you a way to like a spot to retreat to, sort of. I know that Samus doesn't really like being there, and they've got their up air, but the thing is they have to commit their double jump to like go up after you, and you running off the side or shield dropping into like back air or nair is pretty troublesome for them in that spot. So that's like kind of the logic. Yeah, so when you see them flying at you like this, what's the plan? You think you can get out of the way? Probably not right now.
Not at this point, no.
So maybe that's a lesson about shooting the beam on stage then. Because like they kind of like they just came over you really quick. Like they came over real quickly.
Yeah.
Similarly with this kind of like down tilt here, I feel like a lot of these down tilts and like these ambitious hits that where they're still actionable like after this jab, I feel like a lot of these should be probably replaced with stuff like forward tilt or up tilt.
Sure.
Just because they're safer. You know what I mean? How did that happen? So we have this forward tilt. Oh, it only hit one of them.
Yep. It only hit one of them, and I'm trying to retreat with a wave dash, but I'm too late.
Gotcha. So what do we do here instead?
I mean, at this point, I'm already in my jump squat, so like it's kind of tough. But I would say like the action is probably up being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Up B can get you out of there. So if you're not sure about like whether they can grab you or not, I'd say that like up being is not a bad idea. Because like going to the platform is like still being hit by up airs on the platform is still much less bad than being grabbed by them. Like if you up B to the platform, a lot of times they have to, like, I don't think they can get much more other than, like, maybe a back air or, like, up air on you, right?
Right.
Beats getting grabbed, that's for sure. Why are you down smashing her? Why not F smash?
I think I think down smash was just kind of autonomous here. But like,
I'm just like, I don't like these characters.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. The only thing I'd say here, like the only thing I think we're good on this. Like I don't want to spend more time on this. I want to kind of look at the Loomer, like the one match we've had with Loomer from the cruise, because I think that I want to see what happened there. Do you know if it's been uploaded here or is it still on Twitch?
I think it's actually, I don't know if Toastly uploaded on YouTube yet.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Yeah.
Nope, it is.
It's uploaded to...
Yep.
Okay, cool. Can you link me? Perfect. Excellent. So, it's you... You play... I really liked what you did versus Bunsen, by the way. I thought that, like... Yeah, I was quite happy with how that went.
I mean, that's... Honestly, like, that's how all my matches against Peaches look. Like, and I wish all of my games could look like that, but unfortunately, the game is much faster than me a lot of times.
Well, so here's the thing. Like, here's the thing about that one. Like, there's still, like, things that could have been better, but, like, all in all, I think that the game plan made sense. Like, the way that you kind of, like, pulled her into your space, you looked for counter hits, you used a lot of ground bounces that are good versus her CC. Like, all of these things make a lot of sense. Yeah. Against Loomer, like, so what are the things that we're afraid of happening versus Falco? Like, getting hit by down air when we're on the ground at, like, a decent percent, I feel like that's got to be a big priority.
Yep.
So, here's my question. After we get hit by this, I notice we're not ASDIing down. Like, when do you usually hold down versus, like, characters? Like, is it just, like, when you think you're gonna get hit, or is it, like... Yeah. Like, when are you holding down versus, say, like, a given... Like, versus a given character?
Typically, it's usually when I'm, like, in preparation of being hit. Yeah, and, like, I know, like, on that dash attack, I can rotate the stick down and do it, but, like, I'm just not in the habit of doing that.
You could also, like, tap the C stick down while you're doing it too. Like, there's not it's not like you could, like, flick the C stick, like, hold the C stick down while you're moving, or when you conceivably get hit and then do it that way too. Like, there's more than one way to do a lot of these things. If you're finding that that a method doesn't agree with how you, like, currently do things, maybe try a different one. Because, yeah, like, I can totally... You keep saying that, like, your hands don't really like it when you do other stuff, but, like, you know, when you change things too much, and I get that, but we're not really telling it not to dash attack. We're just saying after dash attack, C stick down.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, a certain amount of, like, downtime between those actions anyway. Like, this all looks really good. So, let's see here. So, after we get this combo... So, we fire this missile. I notice that we fall off the ledge here. We fire this one, too. Okay. So, what do you think is... With him using his double jump, what's the plan here?
I mean, it's come down and, like, dare me.
So, what are you trying to do about that?
I mean, I want him to whiff his dare, or I want to go up and, like, beat him because he's at 86% without double jump.
Is that the easiest way to counter that? Like, so I see a simpler solution. So to me, like, this is a big opening versus this style of Falco that we need to be, like, more mindful of, that we need to, like, be more mindful of. The instant I see him do this double jump, I'm thinking one thing and one thing only. Can he get to the platform? Yes or no?
Right.
What do you think here?
Yes.
Okay. So what is required of him to get to this side platform?
Fast fall.
So at this point, this is where he's committed to, like, this is the point where he has to commit his drift. You see that, right? Because he's at the peak of his jump. So this, to me, is, like, the really critical moment where everything happens. So where do you think I want you to go? Well, let's walk through this situation. So where does Loomer want it? Where does Loomer want to go? Or where can Loomer go?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Loomer can either go forward down there, go forward to the platform, go back to the ledge.
Okay. So we're thinking he can go here, here, or here. Like somewhere in these spots, okay? So, what is the spot that you can go that deals with all of these?
I mean, I can go, like, directly underneath the platform.
Yeah, right here. How does Samus move there?
I mean, just walk.
I would dash. I would dash and I would enter. I would running crouch here. Because, like, on the way over, we can always change gears. Like, if we see that he's drifting full forward, like, it's really around here that we have to, like, decide that we have to make up our mind on our reaction here or here. If we see that he's drifting full forward on this line, because he has to commit, like, this is the one that's, like, high commitment. Like, this is the one where he absolutely has to drift full forward. Anything other than full forward, and he'll land somewhere else.
Right.
On this one, we will probably want to, short up near him?
Yeah, something like that.
Makes sense. So yeah, with that in mind, we probably have to if we're dashing forward, we probably have to change. Probably have to, like, change or, like, decide that we're doing that around here, right? At this point, yeah. The other thing you could do is your up tilt hits here, right? Does it hit this platform? Yeah. So up tilt is also an option if we're not as sure, because we can hit. His shield is pretty small in general, and they usually hold forward for shield drop. So
the one problem I have with, like, up tilting through platforms in this situation is, like, I've just been beaten by so many Falco dares doing that.
Gotcha. So then I would say that we definitely want to just, like, short up near, because we can just time it for his landing.
Right.
So, like, this would be, like, option 1. So, like, in this case, we short hop near. So with that in mind, what if he lands anywhere else? What if he lands in, like, this blob over here, like this space here in front of us? Do you think that, like, as we're dashing forward, or, like, and enter, like, maybe crouch here, maybe we keep walking forward, maybe we don't. Is this just all forward tilt, all of this?
I mean, he can still initiate dare and just kind of stuff out forward tilts.
Okay.
But like, I mean, I agree, I get where you're coming from with this, and I think, like, the forward tilt is, like, the option.
Yeah, so I think that the idea here is, like, it's just a matter of, like, how we measure the spacing. Like, if Lumor falls over here, like, if Lumor falls onto us like this, then I think that we just have to, like, wait. Like, I think we have to kind of play we have to, like, wave dash back and, like, F smash him or something. I think that if he's, like, or forward tilt even, I think that if he's over here, I think that then we can just aim to, like, outspace him with the forward tilt, you know? It depends kind of, like, his distance from us, but I think that the basic idea here is that we're doing some kind of, like, we're doing either F tilt or F smash, just generally speaking. Or,
right.
Yeah, F tilt or F smash. Because the one thing is we don't want to let him land for free. And, like, the one thing is we don't want to let him land for free. Like, more than anything else, we just don't want him to touch the ground. So as long as we hit him, like, we have our attack going out or our action planned somewhere above this line, like somewhere around here above this line, I think what we do is fine. Like, whatever we do is, like, probably okay. I think the one thing we can't do is just, like, wait. Because I think that this just gives him way too much power, and he just did a pretty big boo-boo. Same thing with this wave dash back. Like, after you see this missile, after this he jumps above this missile, what is the wave dash back meant to do?
Yeah, so the wave dash back, like I'm just trying not to get clipped with like a side B.
He's used his jump, right?
Right.
So what if we just jumped forward and nared him?
Yeah, no. Yeah, like I mean that's definitely correct here.
Yeah, so I think that what we have here is like what in this spot here versus Falco, like the biggest thing for you versus Falco from what I can see from having played you as well is just recognition of when the opponent's dead. So in this spot here, like this is just clearly just nair.
Yeah, there's absolutely zero reason I shouldn't just jump out there and nair him because he can't jump out of his shine. Like he can't attack me out of it. Like yeah, like
no jump. Like, no jump, just shined. No shine to stop. No shine to avoid missile. Yeah, shine to avoid this. Yeah, dead. And within range of full hop. Within range.
Right.
Within range while going up. While Samus goes up. So, like... Yeah, well, Samus full hops. So, like, this is, I think, the big one. Like, this here, recognizing these things more quickly is super, super, super critical.
Right.
Because this, like, there is no reason to lose this stock. In this spot here... Okay, we get this. Interesting. So, let me ask you, if he's gonna, like, land on this platform, why did we fall through it?
Because... I didn't want to get hit with like a get up attack.
Don't you have like a free tech chase on this platform? Like, don't you basically have a free hit with the tech chase on this platform because you're landing here first?
Not exactly. Like, I'm still not actionable right now.
I know, but he has to go through this whole animation.
Yep.
And like, you're actionable now, right? Or at this point? Like, where does Samus become actionable? Like this
like basically when she's fully up.
I see. So but there was still a part of that where he hit the platform first, right? So like, let's see here. So he lands here. Oh, I see. So you're still falling at this point. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, I think that you actually just have a free down smash. I'm pretty sure you do have, like, you are at advantage if you land on the platform with him there. But
yes, but like I can't account on my opponent missing tech, because like if he techs and shines me there, then like that's a whole other situation.
How much cooldown does Samus's up B have?
Pretty sizable amount.
I'm now curious. Okay, whatever. The big thing there is I just wanted to kind of like point out the big thing there. The only thing I really care about there is just like that you had checkmate in two. You had basically checkmate in two spots, and like very close to checkmate in one of them and checkmate in the other, and like because we backed off, we weren't able to capitalize. So the only land like 24. Okay. I thought this had more. No, but it has 24. Okay. So, fun fact about this, this 24 is actually kind of important. So, fun fact about that 24. That means that if you did land on the platform with him, yeah, you were totally fine. And I'll tell you why. So, even you're saying that if he techs in place and shines you, then like you don't want to get tech in place and shined, right?
Right.
But if you're not passing through the platform, you land here, you land on this frame, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it would be that means that you run through a 24 animation frame starting at this time. A tech in place takes at least 26 frames to complete. So you're actually positive at least, like you're positive whatever his remaining fall time is to get here, which I think is another like 2, 3, yeah, another 4, 5. Yeah, you had a guaranteed hit because because you landing there, like those 5-ish frames ago, means that you're going to have you're +2 naturally, but then you have the 5 from the Like his tech in place takes 26, yours takes 24, but there's 5 frames, so you're +2 normally. But then on top of that, he has the extra 5 frames of falling that has to be accounted for, and your down smash hits on 6. So yeah, you're totally fine. Even if you land on the exact same frame that he hits the ground there, you can always get the screw attack started before another one started. Either way.
Sure.
So like, yeah, you don't ever have to worry about that. So this is just like a small thing. Yeah, you don't have to actually worry about it. Like in this spot, if you as soon as you know that you're gonna land on the platform first or at the same time, you can just land here.
Sure. That's actually a good bit of information to keep in mind then.
Yeah.
Cause it's also like part of me feels like they can wiggle out of this and like a bunch of other shit. So like I'm trying to avoid that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like that's another thing. Like if he wiggles out of this and then down airs me on the platform, then that's and that is something I'm actually more unfamiliar with.
So as a general rule, if they get hit by like the last hit of up B, the point at which that he would be actionable in this situation is not like while he's above the platform. So he'd be actionable. Actually, let's get a better image. He would be actionable around, assuming that he gets hit by it, he's actionable around here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I'm looking at this and I realize like he's just not flipping at all. So yeah, like I really am just like a dumbass is what it boils down to.
No, you just don't understand how a move works. It's fine. So basically with him getting hit, like he's not flipping around yet. I think that in this spot he would be actionable. This is about where he'd be actionable.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's like just barely before it's just barely before they like touch the ground. Normally, if they DI out of it, it's yeah.
So I'm almost really incentivized to like never go onto the ground in this situation. Am I?
It doesn't make sense to do so. No, like if you either you play for here, or you like just land with them. Like you play for the edge cancel on either side. Or you land with him.
Right.
Yeah. Because like you hit him off the ground, right? So you hit him on the ground, you brought him up. Let's actually find a better image because I want this to be like concrete. So like you hit him, it's here. Okay, so he goes up above the platform with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from this position, where he would come, assuming that he gets hit by the full up B, which you could just check the damage, like, because it does about, like, 11 or 12 or so. Or you can just check if the last hit pays attention. There's lots of reaction points you have to work with here. What I would say here is, assuming that he's getting hit in this spot, he comes out of stun around here. So, like, if the floor of the stage goes from here to here, like across the ground here, Falco comes out of stun, out of the up B. This even looks a little too high, honestly. I feel like it's a little lower. It's like around, it's around like this height. So like it's a pretty small window before he actually comes out of it.
Right.
So he goes like, he get from the ground here, he goes all the way up, then comes down. It's around here that he actually gets out of tumble. So yeah, if you're forcing him to land here, you're good. You are super good.
Okay.
So, I know that this is like we didn't go over Marth because I'm not really worried about like you seem confident versus Mars and I respect that. So like
if Mars beats me at this event, there's a lot of other stuff I need to go back to the drawing board for. Like I'm very confident that one, and I don't think anyone at the event is anticipating I lose to her, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I'm rooting for you. Biggest things I would say here is up B is up B onto carrying Falco onto platforms with up B is a lot stronger than we thought. Like, I think that we can agree on that. The other big thing is just that, like, spotting checkmates. Look for when he doesn't have a jump.
Sure.
He doesn't have a jump. Trades are really powerful there. Trades are really strong in those spots. Versus the climbers, I think that the biggest thing with climbers is just making I think that up tilt versus climbers. Up tilt is a lot better than we think. Is better than we think, especially in ground v ground. The other thing about them is just when we split them, like, I don't know, like what did we really cover versus climbers? It was mainly just that, like, we have more chances to, like, we have a lot of chances to, like, capitalize on them more effectively. Like, we're hitting them with stuff like down smash when we can just, like, hit them away from the stage and kill them. Going for grabs in weird spots it's all micro stuff, but
yeah, honestly, like, when it comes to separating ice climbers, I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Like, no disrespect to you or anything, but, like, I think, like, I've navigated, like, ice climbers being hit by Samus down smash enough of my time to like work through that flow, and that's kind of like one of those things where, like, a lot of my intuition, like, comes in pretty good.
True. Yeah. So I think that against climbers, it might just be a matter of if you're not sure if you're going to get grabbed or not, just like up B or spot. No, up B is probably better than up B and taking the aerials is probably better than anything else.
Right.
And taking the aerials, if wrong, is better than risking the grab. Yeah, because, like, you know what you're doing for the most part here. My own disagreements with certain plays aside, like, you have experience for, like, again, you've told me that you're comfortable versus Swebby, so I believe you. But yeah, the rest is kind of up to you.
Yep.
Who's in the kind of like the open bracket? Yeah.
Let me pull it up and share screen real quick.
Yeah. I'm curious. Because I think SRM said that he's got Tet in his pathway or something.
Yeah.
Winner of A. SRM. Yep. Dominion.
Yeah, so... this, I don't think this is accurate. I think they're giving Poseidon a higher seed just because Jank hasn't shown up to a lot of stuff, but I think Jank will probably edge it out over Poseidon.
Jank is really good, right?
Yeah, Jank is good. His problem is, and I mean this with all the love, he's just an old drunk bastard.
Oh, well, we stand an old drunk bastard. Who do you think's gonna make it through?
Tet, obviously.
Yeah. I'm betting on Tet. Daring today, aren't we?
Yeah, I know. What can I say? I'm feeling a little spicy today. Honestly, yeah. Like,
Mia Bonerman is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mia's path. They have her losing to crossover. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Mia's probably a little bit better than crossover. But either way, they would probably lose to Legion. So yeah, this is weird. So the people that I think are gonna get out is gonna be Tet, Poseidon, probably Jank, and probably Cowbell. In some world, but realistically, like, Legion can make it out. So SRM having to go into Lord Tit is very rough, and with that, I don't think.
What's his losers look like?
Let's see here. SRM. losing to Prion Boyle. This I think could go either way. But then I think they would lose to TPD as well. There's a lot. I'm so glad I qualified for this. There's a lot of sheets in here.
There's a lot of heavy hitters. Like, these are all people that, like, have done pretty well in, like, the UCL.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really see anyone who I'm like, wow, that person's bad. Like, everyone here is, like, pretty good, if I recognize the name.
Yeah, like, everyone that got a round 1 bye, I think, has potential to make it out of this, given, like, something goes their way. Yeah, Legion is a player who's, like, chronically, like, I feel, like, underseeded at events for how good this dude is. At Collision 2021, I played... no, not 2021, 2022. Whatever year I went. I played friendlies with Legion. I won, like, the first 3 games against him and then lost, like, the next 8 in a row.
He top playered you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like, the dude is very solid. I think he just doesn't go to a ton of stuff and has like some unfortunate luck. Den also very good. Him being in the bracket with Olive and DPD back-to-back Sheiks probably doesn't bode well for him, but
Marth player? Is Den a Marth player?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Den has a Geo win on from King Pup State.
Well, it'll be exciting. I'll tune in. It'll be exciting to see how things go down.
Yeah, the setup for this is gonna be sick. Like, I know we're gonna have a main stream. We're gonna have like the quad stream set up. Yeah, it'll definitely be a lot of content.
Fog. All right, I'll be sure to tune in. I'll leave you to it. Good best of luck in the bracket, and yeah, we'll have to, I guess, reconvene at some point.
Yeah. Not to take up a bunch of your time, but if you want to jam some games later tonight or tomorrow, let me know.
Yeah, for sure. I'll probably tomorrow. But yeah, I'll hit you up or hit me up, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Sounds good, man. All right, dude. Thanks again. Have a good night.
Same to you.